Hey, welcome. My name's Christian. We're here at CrossFit Athletic Open Workout, CrossFit Open Workout number 16.1. It's just been dropped in as a doozy. It's 20 minutes of work. For the RX people, we've got 7.7 metre overhead walking lunge of 95 or 65 pounds into 8 bar facing burpees, and then we'll come back with another 7.7 metre overhead walking lunge, followed by 8 chest to bars. We're going to cycle through that for 20 minutes, as you guys probably already know. And then with the scale version, we're just going to change those movements around. The lunge will remain the same length, but we're going to go. So we're going to have 7.7 metre lunge in a front rack position at 45 and 35 pounds. And then 8 bar facing burpees coming back, and then we'll do the lunge on the way back. And then you've got 8 jumping pull-ups. Okay, so let's get in. I want to talk today about how we're going to approach the workout, mobility and an appropriate warm-up for the workout, pacing and strategy, and then also certain equipment that you might want to use that could improve your performance and help you along the way. So to start with, let's talk about mobility. 4 really important areas we want to think about and focus on when we're doing our mobility pre-workout. Ankles for the lunges, hips for the lunges, shoulders, and then thoracic. Okay, there's a lot of overhead work or front rack work, so we're going to make sure that thoracic is nice and open and not restricted, and also that overhead position. We've got a good clear position so those shoulders are feeling good. Okay, so let's talk with thoracic. We're going to start with the thoracic. So first area, we're going to just get you on your ground, just loosening up, just reaching through like so. So we're going to try and get you maybe 10 to 15 each side, and then I want you to move in. We can either go with a foam roller under the thoracic, where I'm just lying down and just over the back there like that, just to try and loosen up through that thoracic. Otherwise, some gyms you'll notice will have the peanut, where we can use the 2 tennis balls and just lie down and just open up through the thoracic there. So it takes over 2 to 3 minutes to work on that area. After the thoracic, let's look at the shoulders. So we can do a little bit of band work. We can throw a band over the top of the bar. We can just open up through the front, so we want to open up that pec minor, especially for you guys if you've been sitting at your desk all day. It's going to be pretty tight. So we're going to open up through there, maybe 30 seconds each side, and we're also going to stretch out through those lats, like so. Moving down to including the lats there, I want you guys to think about lifting up through the serratus, so foam rolling. If the foam roller's here, just rolling through that serratus anterior there, which is going to be pretty tight, and also loosening up the lats. And then lastly, with your lat stretch, a really good one is when we get you in this position. Okay, so we're still focusing on this area up here. Okay, once we've done the top half, maybe take 5 to 10 minutes working on that. It's probably dependent on how tight you are in that area. We're going to move into our hips, so let's work way down our body. So first, if we can get you guys, we're just wrapping the band around like so. On that 3, you can do this on a GHD or on a box. Just setting up in that position. You can just hold that a minute on each side and just do it a couple of times. Okay. If you're not getting enough tension, just take your foot a little bit higher. GHD is pretty good height. Obviously, going to depend on your leg length. Okay. After we've done around the hips there, we can also do those hip flexors. So we can do it like so. Otherwise, the main one is a little bit of a couch stretch. Again, if you guys have been sitting at your desk, I can feel that stretch already. Just get a good stretch through those hip flexors, because we're going to be in this position essentially. So hips are, we've done the hips. Let's talk about the ankles. I mean, ankles is going to be pretty important. We can get the, this test is the dorsiflexion, where we're just here, like so. Then also we can get a little bit of lateral movement, a little bit of rotational movement. We're just swinging that leg through. To loosen up through that ankle joint. Okay. That's mobility. Okay. We need to talk about activation. So there's certain areas that we need to get activated before we go and do this workout. Let's start with the hips and glutes. Okay, really important we get the glutes fired. You're certainly going to feel these lunges after the workout. So a real simple one. We're just going to get one of the smaller bands. Just lying on your back for me. From here, we're just going to hold the tension there and just push out with the left. So we're going to go 10 with the left. 10 with the right, and then apply a little bit of external rotation, and then lift your hips up 10 times. Okay, so I want you to go through that 3 times, 3 sets. So 10 left, 10 right, and then 10 up. Fire up those glutes. We're going to move into scap activation as well. So a lot of overhead work. So we're going to come over here. So kind of have a look at a little crossover symmetry. Come with me. Okay, so if your gym has crossover symmetry, it's a great tool to get that upper back fired up. So we've got those ones. What I would suggest is just following the scap activation. Like we don't actually have the sign here, but each gym should have that little sign. Just go through the scap activation and get all those muscles working. If you don't have crossover symmetry, no stress, let's get some real light dumbbells. Just look at doing some reverse flies. Another really good one is the power raise. Just to work through that shoulder. And then lastly, if you get a thin band, do some shoulder retraction. Okay? So we've done activation there, and there's one more little bit we need to think about, especially if we're going overhead. There's a lot of serratus anterior work. Okay? So we need to get these little guys activated. A really good exercise to do that. Get those muscles all switched on. I'll get you doing, say, 3 sets of 10 with like a 30-second reps, just getting that shoulder blade, that shoulder girdle, ready to rock and roll. Well, the last little part of the warm-up is when you get your heart rate up. Okay, it's a 20-minute workout. We don't want to go in and just do mobility and activation. Now we need to do some breathing work, okay? So I suggest getting on the rower, airline, or even jogging. And pushing for sort of 15 seconds hard, 45 seconds easy. Maybe do that for 3 minutes, rest a couple of minutes, and then repeat that for a couple of sets, okay? Just be mindful, we don't want to go down that lactate pathway, okay? Try and keep it aerobic, get a little bit sweaty and get your heart rate up before we start this workout. Okay, so let's talk strategy, okay? It's a little bit misleading when you see these elite CrossFitters going wild, hitting it, and they don't even look like they're hurting. If you guys in the top 100, you can probably use them as a guide. For the other people that are just looking to have a good crack and do it RFs, have a go, we'll probably need to talk about how you're going to hit it. Is 20 minutes a long time for you? Is it, are you used to doing something that you're all going to have your own engine, you're all going to have your own sort of ability, you're all going to know your own speed, so just be mindful. When you get into that workout, we don't want to be redlining within the first 2 minutes. Okay, so take note of where your heart rate is. What's your breathing rate? If we're going too hard too soon, okay? I'll just ease your way in this 20-minute workout, which is a fairly long workout. Okay, things to think about when we're lunging. We're probably looking lunge, so bring the feet together and then lunge. A little less stability as opposed to just going like so. You won't be able to maintain that for 20 minutes. Just bring your feet together, steady, and then go on. Measure out the lunge length. 7.7 meters. Make sure you know how many steps it is and try and be consistent with how many steps you take each set. With your burpee, a really good way to approach that burpee is we can do that burpee with a step up as opposed to gassing your hip flexors. So when we're going here to here, and over. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit lower. There's a lot of midline pull-up, burpee, overhead lunge, a lot of midline stability required. Just another way just to save a little bit of energy and keep looking after your midline stability. Pull-ups. Pull-ups are good for you, go after it. I just saw one of our girls, she's pretty good. She was breaking up after the 3rd round, okay? I think the girls made it look really easy on the show there. So just keep that in mind. If pull-ups aren't that good, break it down early. Just do smaller sets, 4 and 4. If you're someone that's going to go top 100, you guys need to be pulling around between 1:30 and 2 minutes. Emily Abbott's fastest round was 1 minute 21. Her slowest round was 2 minutes. Some of us probably won't even do fast rounds in 2 minutes. But that's, if you guys aim at that, that's where you need to be in terms of your speed. So keep that in mind, keep an eye on the clock and move. Lastly, let's talk about equipment. Definitely look at wearing knee sleeves. Your knees are going to hit the ground a fair bit, especially if you're looking at maybe doing it again on Monday. I'd certainly wear knee sleeves. Look at some personal preference. If you want to wear lifters, completely up to you. And then hand grips for your pull-ups. You probably, if you're going to get 8 rounds, you're doing 64 reps. So it's not all that many pull-ups. This workout's won and lost in the lunges. You're doing over 200. If you're getting up there, you're going to be doing over 200 walking lunges. Okay, most of all, have fun, enjoy yourself, keep us posted on how you go.